Hello everybody, it's Foxy speaking, and this is certainly the very day, isn't it? We are now Boxing Day 2023. Boxing Day, as we all know it, is thus the concluded part of Christmas. And once Boxing Day is over, our Christmas is sadly very much over. But, Christmas only comes around once a year, like that of Mother's Day, Father's Day, Easter, St. Patrick's Day, many other wonderful events of Bonfire Night. That's just what happens every year, doesn't it, when looking at it philosophically and all that. Certainly would it be wonderful if we could have Christmas every day, couldn't it? But, it's just not the way it was originally meant to be, but never mind. It's just what's happened, hasn't it? If it's happened like that, or built like that. It's built like that if you philosophically state it that way. But I am certainly hoping each and every one of you had a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. And I want to thank you for your extremely nice, really moving and heartfelt and heartening and wonderful, wonderful Christmas wishes you sent towards me on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Thank you so much for that. And also thank you for your endearing wishes to my dear mother, who was ill recently, but is on the mend, just to say, rest assured, and got through Christmas Day all right. But obviously, once we had our Christmas meals, my mother got tired, as she's in recovery phase of her illness at the moment, and then I got tired and had a little temporary snooze. And my brother did the same thing. But we had a good Christmas Day, and some Christmas laughter, some Christmas conversations. We even spoke of our highlights of the year for 2023. And then, much later on the Christmas Day, there was Graham and Fiona's Christmas live stream event, and that was much fun. And I was extremely thankful and appreciated Graham and Fiona for their Christmas live stream they did on Christmas Day. Saw my friends on there, particularly including lovely Tony and lovely Mary and her dearly loved husband Glenn, and lovely Patricia Murphy from Scotland. Not Rosie, never mind. That's Rosie in Alabama in the United States of America, and there's a lovely Rosie over in Scotland as well. So yes, it was very good. It was a wonderful Christmas live stream. Christmas Day overall was brilliant and did turn out considerably better than I thought it was, having expressed a great deal of worry when my mother went through the worst of her illness early last week, but I'm pleased to say she's in recovery phase, but obviously at the cost of tiredness, as is generally the case when one gets struck down with a wintry respiratory infection, in the case of what's happened to my mother recently. But though it was a wonderful live stream, the Christmas Day live stream Graham and Fiona respectfully and kindly provided, it was also quite emotionally investing as well. And the emotionally investing thing about it was my good new dear friend Michelle Pope. Oh, I love Michelle so much. I love her. I love her in the way I love Tony, Mary, Sandra, Patricia and Rosie. I absolutely love her from the bottom of my heart. I love Michelle Pope. I mean, I don't love her romantically, rest assured. I could never have a romantic connection with her. This would never happen. But I don't love her in the way I love my family, but I love her as if she's a deeply close personal friend. Just to say, in the same way I love Tony, Mary, Sandra, Patricia and Rosie, in the way one feels for a deeply close personal friend. Same thing with her. But why it was emotionally investing was because poor Michelle Pope got struck down with a terrible bout of a chest infection. Poor lady. No. And it was so emotionally investing. It was because it reminded me of how I felt for my when my mother was terribly ill last week. You know, until when Christmas just about kicked in. And you know, not only did it remind me of how I felt for my mother recently, but it also it really, when I first learned of her chest infection ordeal she's currently going through, it greatly reminded me of the time of my younger days when, at one point in my younger days, I was terribly, terribly prone to having chest infections every winter. Sometimes in a dodgy year, I could have as many as 2 chest infections, and I can assure you it is not fun being prone to chest infections. And I think Michelle was quite shaken herself that she had a bad chest infection during Christmas, and she wasn't well to enjoy Christmas because of the chest. I mean, poor Michelle. I'm sorry, I'm not going to cry, everybody, but I really made me feel deeply, deeply sorry for poor Michelle. It really did. So, yeah. You know, because I love her. You know, I really love her as a close friend. Yes. You know, and I could not help but express my sympathy towards her. And I have not had a chest infection for over 4 years now. You know, I really do sympathise greatly for those who may still be very prone to having chest infections every year, or more than once a year, you know. So yes. I mean, but I think what greatly exposed a possible plausible reason behind me having chest infections every year was probably my previous weight I used to have. Because the last time I had a chest infection, which was about 4 years ago, I only weighed 9 stone 4 pounds in weight, which is the equivalent of 59 kilograms or 130 pounds, which is the American weight. And but 130 pounds or 9 stone 4 pounds in weight, that really is quite skinny. For my height, being of my 5'8" height, being reasonably tall, that is, for a man, that really is that really is quite skinny for a 5'8" man. But I'm bigger than that now. Rest assured, I did eventually put on more weight, getting to a bit heavy, but steady, and an okay 11 stone or 70 kilograms or 154 pounds, that is. You know, but I really do believe what greatly exposed the reason behind me being prone to chest infections was my previous skinny 9 stone 4 pounds weight. Not an ideal weight to be at my height. It's a little too small. But I'm not trying to promote anything because that would be wrong. But only just saying a few things, that's all. And what I believe was, and one of the reasons I believe as to why I was so prone to having chest infections at one point in my lifetime. You know, not a fun thing to experience. I can assure you it's really not fun to experience having a chest infection. You know. But, Michelle, I mean, it's alright. I don't think she views my content, but it's alright. As you know, my content wouldn't be for everybody. Well, YouTubing contents or YouTube channels or YouTubers, certain YouTubers, They're not for everybody, it's the way it works. I'm completely fine with it and I'm philosophical about it. But, you know, for those of you who were struck down with an illness over Christmas, sending all my get well wishes and prayers to you all. For those of you who were ill during Christmas, and sending my get well prayers and wishing a speedy but steady recovery for lovely Michelle Pope, and may her recovery be continued and healthy once she's in the road to recovery from her illness. And Michelle Pope, by the way, follows Graham and Fiona, just to say. And for those of you who do follow Graham and Fiona, Michelle Pope used to be on Michelle Pope, or aka Michelle MM. If you ever see a Michelle MM, that is the Michelle Pope I'm referring to. Lovely, lovely lady, she is. And I couldn't be more fortunate to have her as a good friend. But getting to the final part, Boxing Day. The good thing about Boxing Day are the Boxing Day shop sales, even though I personally believe the shops should be closed on Boxing Day for, you know, the shop workers to spend time with their family at least, you know. And also the good thing about Boxing Day, though it's still technically Christmas, it's what one could say it's the latter end of Christmas. And once that day is past, Christmas is over, as said before. But Boxing Day is a good day, as it still does represent many Christmas values, as truth has things. Or, I mean, but other people will believe it differently, but it's all right. But may I wish each and every one of you a wonderful Boxing Day, and I thought I might issue out this Boxing Day message, as it is Boxing Day today, at even though at a slightly later UK time, but at a reasonable time for those in America and Canada to watch it, you know. Thanks all for watching. Here's to Boxing Day 2023 after the Christmas Eve and Christmas Day 2023 dates that have just recently happened. Once Boxing Day is over, it's time to move forward and get ready to think about what the plan should be for 2024. Thanks all for watching. A good Boxing Day to you all. Ta-ta, another time. From Foxy.